Namaste Yogis. Hello, and I hope you're well, and looking forward to my next class, which is going to be quite a fast-paced fluid flow that again is focusing on the hips, the Suadhisthana Chakra, and this is linked to the water element so that it brings that fluidity, and we're trying to open that whole area, which obviously gets very blocked when we're sitting, working from home a lot, or just sitting, working anywhere. So let's get moving into the preparation, and then we'll start flowing quite quickly. Just make sure if you think you might need it, you have a block handy. Okay, so let's just start off in an easy cross-legged position, Sukhasana. So rather than just an ordinary cross-legged position, have the shins a little bit further forward, and so you just feel like the back of the hamstrings, the back of the thighs are firmly on the floor. And then just sit up nice and tall, and then we're just going to just do a simple side bend each side. So I'll mirror you, inhaling your left arm up, reaching up, and exhale over to the right, trying to lengthen both sides of the ribs, so not just your left side but the right side as well, keeping the hips firmly on the floor. Inhale back up, extend the right arm up, reach up, and then exhale over to the left, lengthening the sides of the body, feeling, and you might feel a stretch in the outer right hip area here. Inhale up, good. And then I'll just turn round, we're just opening up the outer hip a little bit more. So bend your left leg, place the top of the right foot across the left knee, and then walk that left foot in a little bit and slide the bottom up towards the left leg, trying to keep the back fairly straight. So depending on how open your right hip is feeling, that will depend how close that left foot gets. But try to lengthen the spine and just breathe into that outer right hip, because we will be using that a lot in the class. Good, and release and change sides. So just can manually help it up there, help that left ankle up over the right knee, and start to slide the bottom closer towards the back of the right ankle. Keep the chest lifted, lengthen the spine, flex the left foot and feel the outer left hip opening. Breathing into that hip, allowing it to open. Good, and then release and come over onto your hands and knees, please. So make sure the shoulders are over the wrists, and look forward. And let's take the leg behind you, turn the foot out and bring the knee up towards the tricep, and then in towards the chest, and extend the leg back, and we'll keep moving like that. So turn the leg out, bring the knee up, in towards the chest, and extend the leg back. Rotate the leg out, bring the knee up towards the tricep, knee towards the nose, extend the leg back, and once more turn the leg out, knee up towards the tricep, knee towards the nose, extend the leg back, and release the right knee down. We'll try that on the other side. So extend the left leg back, rotate the left foot out to the left. So you open the left hip, and then you bring the left knee up to the left tricep, knee towards the nose, extend the leg back, rotate the left foot out, bring the knee up towards the tricep, knee to the nose, extend the leg back, turn the left foot out, bring the knee up to the tricep, knee towards the nose, extend the leg back, last time rotate the foot out, bring the knee towards the tricep, knee towards the nose, extend the leg back, good, and release. And then bring the knees out quite wide. We're going to sit back onto the heels, keep the arms extended into that nice extended child's pose. Releasing the bottom towards the heels, lengthening the spine. You can stay on the fingertips. Breathe into the back of the lungs. Good. And then lift up, push back into a downward facing dog. And you can pedal the feet out, you can sway the hips. Really work into the spine, lengthening the spine. Just moving around. And then just bring it to a static downward facing dog, just holding there. Releasing the heels towards the floor, lifting the hips up high to lengthen the spine. Push the inner hands into the floor. Pull the front of the ribs in. Good. And then just slowly start to step the feet towards the hands. Inhale the chest forward into that half forward bend, lengthening the spine. And then exhale, release into forward bend. Lengthen the spine. Feel the inner thighs lifting up to the ceiling. And then slowly uncurl one vertebra at a time. Slowly come up to your standing position, mountain pose, Tadasana. Good, so taking your hands to your heart center, taking a deep breath in through the nose, exhale through the mouth, and once more inhaling, exhale through the mouth. Good, release the hands down and then extend the arms up, reach up, exhale, hinge forward from the hips, lengthening, release into forward bend, come onto the fingertips, lengthen the chest forward, half forward bend, and we're stepping the left foot back, drop the knee to the floor, inhale, raise the arms up for a breath. Exhale, bring the hands down, step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. On this first round, let's bring the knees, chest and chin down towards the floor. Keep the shoulders up. Release to Cobra Pose, Bhujangasana. Exhale, lift the hips up and back. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, step the left foot forward, drop the right knee down. Inhale, up for a breath. Reach up. Exhale, bring the hands down, step the right foot to meet the left. Release into forward bend, Uttanasana. Inhaling, floating the body up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, release. And again, inhaling up, reach up. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale onto the fingertips, extend the spine. Exhale, release down. This time step your right foot back, drop the back knee. Inhale, lift up for a breath. Exhale, hands down. Step back, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, come forward to plank. Knees, chest and chin come down to the floor with control. Release into Cobra pose, shoulders back, chest through, and lift up and back. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, step the right foot forward, drop the back knee to the floor. Inhale, up for a breath. Exhale, release. Step the left foot to meet the right. Uttanasana, forward bend, lengthen the spine, lift the inner thighs up. Inhale, float the body up. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Bend the legs, sweep the fingertips, extend the arms up. Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, lengthen, release forward. Uttanasana. Inhale, extend the chest forward. Exhale, release down. Your choice to step or jump back. Chaturanga. Cobra or upward facing dog. And lift up and back. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, raise the right leg. Step the right foot forward, drop the back knee to the floor. Inhale, up for a breath. Anjaneyasana. Exhale, release. Lift the back knee, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up. Look forward, step the left foot forward, release the back knee. Inhale, Anjaneyasana for one breath. Exhale, release. Step back, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Good. Inhale the right leg up. And we're going to circle the hip from here. So start to bring that right knee towards the chest. Take the knee out to the side and lift it up and back. Keeping everything else still apart from that leg and the hip that's moving. Continuing. Pushing the weight back into that left leg. And circle the other way. So bring the leg out to the side, into the chest, up and back. Out to the side, into the chest. And last time. Release that right foot down. Make sure the weight is pushing back. Extend the left leg up. Bring the left knee towards the chest. Out to the side, up and back. Forward, side, out. Making this nice and fluid, using your breath integrated with that movement. And let's change direction, out to the side, forward and up. Out to the side, forward and up. Out to the side, forward and up. And release. Good. And then again come down onto the knees, bring the knees wide, sit the hips back, extended child's pose. Sitting that bottom back on the heels. Notice your breath. Start to bring your Ujjayi breath in if you use that practice. Breathing in through the nose, slightly closing the back of the throat, lengthening the breath and energizing the breath. Good, and we lift up into a high plank pose. Shoulders over the wrists, look forward, engage the front of the body. And then we're going to bring alternate knees up towards the triceps. So lift the right foot, knee up to tricep and back. Change sides, left knee to tricep. Continuing, right knee up, left knee. Keep looking forward, engaging your core muscles. And once more each side. Good. And then we lift up and back. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Good. And we come forward to plank. Knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Cobra or upward facing. Push the hips up and back. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Raise your right leg. Step the right foot forward. Heel to arch alignment. Inhale up. Warrior two. Rotate the back foot. Hands to the heart center, goddess pose. Release back to warrior two. Circle the arms. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up. Step the left foot forward. Inhale up, warrior two. Heel to arch alignment. Rotate the back foot. Hands to heart center, goddess pose. Release to warrior two, Virabhadrasana two. Circle the arms. Downward facing dog. Twice more on each side. Inhale the right foot up. Step the right foot forward. Heel to arch. Warrior two. Rotate the back foot. Goddess pose. Release, warrior two. Circle that left arm. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Inhale the left leg up. Step the left foot forward. Heel to arch alignment with the feet. Warrior two. Pivot the back foot. Goddess pose. Release, warrior two. Circle that right arm. Step back. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Inhale. Lost where we're going now. Inhale the right leg up. Step the right foot forward, heel to arch alignment. Warrior two. Pivot the back foot. Goddess pose. Release to warrior two. Circle the left arm. Step back, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. And inhale the left leg up. Step the left foot forward. Heel to arch alignment. Warrior two. Pivot the back foot. Goddess pose. Release, warrior two. Circle that top arm. And step back. Plank pose. Knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Moving through a vinyasa to release. And then push back. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing dog. Good, and looking forward and either step or hop feet forward, Uttanasana. Bend the legs, Utkatasana, extend the arms, weight back in the heels. Inhale, Tadasana. And again, inhaling the arms up. Exhale, hinge forward. Releasing, lengthen the spine. Inhale, offer the chest forward. Exhale, release the hands down. Your choice to step or jump back. Chaturanga. Cobra or upward facing dog. Push up and back. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. This time raise the right leg. Bend the leg and open the hip, pushing the weight back into the left leg, trying to keep both sides of the body long, and then straighten the leg, square the hip, look forward, step the right foot forward, bring both hands to the inside of the right foot, stay on the fingertips, lengthen the spine forward, try to imagine the back of the right knee is sucking back towards the back foot, and the left knee is gently moving forward as well. So they're moving in isometrically opposed directions, lengthening the spine. Good, and then hands down, step back, downward facing dog. Raise the left leg, bend the leg, open the hip, making sure you're pushing the weight back into that right leg. The chest is moving back towards that right leg. Lift the left knee high, lengthen the sides of the body, and then straighten the leg, look forward, step the left foot forward, hands come to the inside of that left foot. You're in a low lunge, staying on the fingertips. You're isometrically moving the back of that left knee and the right knee together to lengthen the spine and open that hip flexor. Good, and then step back, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Raise the right leg, step the right foot forward, drop the left knee, bring the left hand down, open the body to the right, twist, open the chest, reaching the right arm back. Good, and release. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up, step the left foot forward, drop the right knee to the floor. Keep the right hand down, twist and open to the left. Raise that left arm up, release that left hip towards the floor. And release. Step back, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Inhale the right leg up, step the right foot forward. This time we start to pivot the right foot out to the right. Stay on the left hand. We rotate the whole body to the right. Drop the left hip to the floor. Reach that right arm back. Good, and release. Step back. Downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up. Step the left foot forward. Start to pivot the left foot out to the left. Turn the whole body to the left. Release the right hip down. Reach that left arm back. Good, and release. And step back. Plank. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Be sensible with how you're feeling. Checking in with your breath. And lift the hips up and back. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Lift the hips high. Look forward, either step or hop the feet forward. Half forward bend, release to full Uttanasana. Inhale, floating the body up, reach up. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Good, and again, inhaling, reaching up. Exhale, hinge forward, keep extending, and then release, Uttanasana. Inhale to the fingertips, extend the spine. Exhale, release. Your choice, step or jump back. Chaturanga. Cobra or upward facing. And lift up and back. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Good. Raise the right leg. Step the right foot forward, heel to arch alignment. Inhale up, warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. Just hold there for a moment. So make sure that right knee is moving forward. The right hip is moving in and back. The outer edge of the left foot is firmly on the floor, so that back leg is strong. And then we bring our hands to the heart center. On the inhale, we straighten the right leg, extend the arms up. Exhale, bend, hands to heart center. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend, hands at the heart center. Good, and then extend the arms, extend the right leg. Maybe you move that back foot in a few inches, Hips to the left, extend the body to the right, keep reaching. Release the fingers to the shin or to the floor. Utthita Trikonasana, extended triangle pose. So push down a lot with the ball of the right foot to help you move that right hip back. And then push down with the outer edge of the left foot to help you lengthen that right side of the body. Good. And then look down, bend into the front leg, step back to plank pose, knees, chest, chin or chaturanga, cobra or upward facing, and tuck the toes, push the hips up and back, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Inhale the left leg up, step the left foot forward, heel to arch alignment, inhale up, Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2, holding, finding your alignment, feeling that fluidity in the hips as we open the left thigh and hip. And then we bring our hands to the heart center. We inhale, straighten the left leg, extend the arms up. Exhale, bend back in. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Extend the arms wide. And then straighten the left leg. Maybe just wiggle that right foot in a few inches. We keep reaching that left arm, lengthen the left side of the body. Release fingertips to the shin or to the floor. And reach that right arm up. So this time we're pushing down with the ball of the left foot to help you move that left hip back. The outer edge of the right foot pushes down as we lengthen the left side of the body and open the right side of the chest. Good, and look down, bend into the left leg, step back to plank, knees, chest, chin or chaturanga, cobra or upward facing, lift up and back, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. So you might need a block for the next sequence. Raise your right leg. We step the right foot forward, heel to arch alignment with the feet, and we take the right hand to the inside of the right foot. If you need to use the block on the inside there, that's fine. Push the right hand into the block. Coming into side angle pose, Pajvakonasana. So we lengthen that left arm up and along by the ear. Imagine you're reaching out to someone in front of you to keep reaching. We push the right tricep back against the inner right knee. And that helps you move that right hip in a bit. So the right knee comes out to the right hip moves back in. Keep opening the left side of the body. Good, and then release that left arm. Rotate the arm, bring it behind you. Bring the fingertips to the top of the right thigh for that half bound side angle pose. Keep breathing and opening the chest. Pull the front of the ribs in again. Good, and look down. Move the block out of the way. Bring the right fingertips forward. Step the back foot in a few inches and launch into that half bound Ardha Chandrasana. Find your balance. Make sure that back leg is active, foot is flexed. You're rotating the body to that left wall. Right hip moves back and in. Good, and then release, look down, square the hips, standing L pose for a breath, and then bend into your right leg, step back. And let's just step back to downward facing dog. Ready for the other side. Take the block over if you need it. Raise your left leg. Step the left foot forward, heel to arch alignment. Left hand to the inside of the left foot. If you need the block, place the block there. Rotate and open the body. Right arm reaches up and along by the ear. Pull the front of the ribs in. Push the left tricep back against the inside of that left knee to move the left hip into the midline. Keep opening the right side of the body. Good, and then release that top arm, rotate the arm, bring it behind you, tuck the fingertips to the top of the left thigh. Half bound Parsvakonasana. Finding your breath. Finding that fluidity, that water element in the hips. Just move the block out of the way, look down, bring the left fingertips off the mat, step the back foot in, prepare to launch to half bound Ardha Chandrasana. Find that stability. Find that sense of peace in the moon pose. So Ardha Chandrasana is half the moon. So rather than the invigorating sun series, the Namaskar, this is the moon. Slightly calmer. And look down, square the hips. Bend the left leg, step back. And step the left foot back, downward facing dog. Breathing deeply. Good, and look forward, preparing to step or hop forward. And release into forward bend. Inhale, floating the body up. Look up, reach up. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Okay, so we're going to step the right leg out. Step the legs quite wide, heels in, toes out. And bend the legs. Rest the hands on the knees. And then just first of all, let's just lean the body forward, sink low into the hips. Just sway them from side to side gently. Shoulders can be up by the ears. Just really opening the hips. Both knees are moving out to the sides. So gently, don't force them obviously, but gently use the hands, the leverage of the hands to move those knees further apart. Okay, and then we're going to bring the body up but keep the legs in the same position. Bring the hands to some variation of goddess pose with the hands. Keep the back nice and long, but keep that fluidity in the hips. Keep swaying from side to side, keeping the hips low. It's like a little dance. Maybe you just rotate the forearms. Keep the hips low. Good. Okay, and hold. Good, and then straighten. Okay, so hands to the hips, turn the feet parallel. Exhale, hinge forward. So really lengthen the spine and then see if you can bring the forearms down, probably off the mat. And lengthen the spine. Push the forearms down. Keep the inner arches of the feet lifted so the legs are active. And then maybe you walk the hands back and lengthen the spine even more and bring the crown of the head down to the floor. Lengthening the spine. Pull the kneecaps up to engage the quadricep muscles. You can stay here if you would like an inversion and the head is down. You can use the core muscles to slowly bring the legs up with control. And then start to split the legs. Slowly come back down if you're already down. Lift up halfway. Good. Hands to the hips, bend the legs slightly. Inhale up. And step to the top of the mat. Good. And inhale the arms up. Exhale, hinging forward. Release into forward bend, Uttanasana. Inhale, offer the chest forward. Exhale, releasing down. Stepping or jumping back, Chaturanga. Cobra or upward facing dog. And lift up and back. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Good. And we're going to step the left foot about 3 or 4 inches forward and just turn it out to 45 degrees. Push the chest back towards the legs. Take hold of the inner left ankle and raise that right leg up. Open the hip to find that balance. Raise that right leg high. Good. Release that left hand. Swing that right foot forward. Release the back foot. Heel to heel alignment. Take the hands behind you, clasp the hands. Come into humble warrior, bringing the body to the inside of that right thigh. Lengthen forward and down. So we did that little bit of preparation earlier. Think about that, lengthening the spine and then release the head down. Squeeze the shoulder blades down the back. Good, and then release. Step back, downward facing dog. Step the right foot about 4 inches forward. Bring it to 45 degrees. Right hand to the right inner ankle. And slowly lift that left leg up. Find the balance. Open the hip slightly to find that balance. Lift that left leg high. Good. Release. Swing the left foot forward. The legs should be in that warrior one position, heel to heel alignment. Bring the hands behind you and release into humble warrior. Extend the chest forward and down so you're on the inside of that left hip. Or thigh, I should say. Good, and then release. Step back, downward facing dog. And then look forward, your choice to either step or hop forward. Release, Uttanasana. Inhale, floating the body up. Exhale, the hands to the heart center. Okay, so step back about halfway. on your mat. And we're going to come to a standing balance. So you're standing on the right leg. We're going to pick the left knee up towards the chest. And then bring that left knee out to the side, so you're opening the hip. And then you can bring the left foot to the right inner thigh for tree pose. Or if you're more open in the hips, pick that left foot up even more, open the hip, externally rotate, come to that half lotus position. Whichever variation you're in, just extend that left arm up and keep working on moving that left knee back and out to the side. Right hip pulls into the midline. Engage the lower abdominal muscles, particularly on the exhale. Release all the air. Okay, and then release that left arm. Start to slide the left foot down to the top of the right knee. Bend the right leg, sit the weight back in that right heel, hands to the heart center. Then you can extend the both arms forward. Keep reaching forward like a counterbalance. Sit that weight back in the right heel, and then maybe bring the fingertips down. Just adjust that left foot if you need to. We're preparing for Ekapada Galavasana, an arm balance. Obviously you don't have to do it, but you can try the preparation. So really sit down as low as you can in that right heel and hip. Left knee out wide. See if you can bring the hands down flat. Take weight in the hands. Wrap the toes around the top of that right tricep. Lean forward onto the arms. And then maybe you can pick that right foot up and bring that right leg up. Good, and release. And step back, downward facing dog. Okay. Sway the hips. Walk the hands back towards the feet this time. Let's try the other side. Come to standing. Okay, so standing on the left leg, pull the left hip in, right knee up towards the chest. Take that right knee out wide, bring the foot to the left inner thigh for tree pose, or one step further for that half lotus. And then we extend the right arm up. Find your balance. So right knee comes out wide, hips are forward, engage the lower abdominals, your Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha. And then we start to slide the right foot down to the top of the left knee. We bend into the left leg, sit the weight back in that left heel. We start to lean the body forward, extend the arms forward. Bring the fingertips down. Just adjust that right foot if it doesn't feel in the right position. And we're preparing again for Ekapada Galavasana. So we're bringing the hands down. Take weight in the hands, wrap the toes around the top of that left tricep. Lean into the arms. And then maybe that left foot releases and lifts up behind you. Puff the chest up. Good. Release. And walk the hands out. Downward facing dog. Good. And then walk the hands back towards the feet. Bring the feet quite wide. And bend into the legs for a nice malasana. So work the triceps deeply and just maybe just gently sway from side to side and just acknowledging that fluidity, that water element in the hips, that area that we've been working on, seeing how they're feeling now, perhaps comparing to the beginning of the class. Just enjoying that feeling. It's liberating, it's energizing. Okay, and then start to lean over to the right side. Open the chest to the left. Maybe you extend the arms. They either stay there or bind the arms, find that bind. Open the chest. And release. Adjust the arms. Lean over into that left side. Open the chest to the right. Maybe you extend the arms. Maybe you bind the arms. Keep lifting and opening. Good, and release. And now we've done all that preparation, so crow pose might seem more accessible now. So make sure the knees are virtually in the armpits, they're high up on the triceps. Hands come down, we lift the hips, we lean forward, we start to round the spine. Maybe the feet come up, maybe the feet come towards the bottom, you push the hands down round the chest to lift. Good, and release. Walk the hands forward. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. And we step the right foot forward. Keep the right leg straight. Look forward, lengthen the spine. And we start to turn to the right. Raise that right arm. Maybe you bring that left hand flat. Lengthen the body and then twist. Feel the outer right hip lengthening and opening. Release, step back, downward facing dog. Step the left foot forward. Keep the left leg straight, look forward, lengthen the spine. We start to twist to the left, raise that left arm, keep that left hip moving back, lengthen the spine, rotate from your core. Maybe that right hand comes down. Good, and release. Step back, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. And then we drop the knees. Sit back. Okay, so coming into quite a deep hip open, a double pigeon or Agni Sambhasana, which is fire log pose. So again, you might need the block. So just so you can see me, I'll turn around to front. So I will mirror you. So bend the left leg so the shin is parallel to the long edge of the mat. And then you take your right leg and try to place that shin so you align the shins up, feet to flex. And if you find that that right knee is hovering way up here, take the block, place it the lowest way or the medium way, whichever is best for you, so that you can press that right knee into the block, and then you hopefully will avoid any pain or injury in the knee by using that block. So make sure you're sensible and you do use it. If you haven't got the block, you can always use a rolled up towel. Okay, so from here, first of all, let's bring the left fingertips down, come into a side bend like we did at the beginning. Raise that right arm, exhale and lean over to the left. Trying to keep the shins fairly together. Obviously there might be a small gap, but keep the shins stacked on top of one another, lengthen the sides of the body. Inhale, come up. And then we can see if we can start to maybe walk the hands, the fingertips forward, keeping the feet flexed. Keep the sits bones on the floor. Keep lengthening the spine. So inhale, lengthen. Exhale, walk forward a little bit more. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, walk forward once more. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, release. Let's just hold for a few breaths, really opening the outer right hip, keeping the feet flexed. Okay, and then walking the hands back. Good. Take the fingertips behind you, extend the legs out in front of you. Just release the hips, just windshield wiper the feet. Just sway the hips from side to side, just get some release. Not really a classical yoga move, but it's a nice release. Okay, so now changing sides. So bringing your right shin parallel to the long edge of the mat, and we take the left lower leg, hopefully stack them on top of one another. So this fire log pose, Agni Stambhasana. Again, if that left knee is hovering quite high, take the block please, or a towel, something to provide that support for the knee. And then we're first of all taking the side bend. So you will be taking your right fingertips out to the side, extend the left arm up, and then reaching over to your right. Keep lengthening the sides of the body, using the breath. Inhale, come up. And then we can lean forward, fingertips down. So on the inhale we lift and lengthen. Exhale, walk forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, walk forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, walk forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Release there for a few breaths. Imagine your bottom was super glued to the floor, and this will really help you lengthen the spine. Obviously we hope you're not super glued to the floor. Otherwise you'll be stuck to your yoga mat. And then release. Good. Okay, so just uncrossing the legs. Again, let's just do that movement to bring the feet from side to side, just sway the hips, just release the hips out, and then come back onto your mat properly. Push back into downward facing dog. And extend the left leg. Step the left foot forward, drop the right knee to the floor. We're going to start to turn the body to the right, pivot that lower right leg, sit down on the right heel, seated goddess pose, hands to the heart center. So the feeling we're aiming for, we're trying to sit up straight, we're sitting on that right heel, the right knee is pointing to the right corner of the mat, and the left knee is trying to point to the left corner of the mat. So the knees are moving away from each other. And either staying there or start to lean over to the left leg like we did in the first Vinyasa. Keep opening the right side of the chest. Maybe you just extend the arms, or maybe there's the option for the bind. Push that knee into the arm if you're in the bind, so you can really open the right side of the chest. Good, and release. Unrotate or derotate the leg. Step back, downward facing dog. And raise your right leg. Step the right foot forward, drop the left knee to the floor. So we start to walk the hands over to the left. We swing that left lower leg so we can sit down on the left heel for seated goddess. So again, same principles, we're sitting up straight. The left knee is moving out to the left corner of the mat. The right knee is hopefully moving out to the right. The hips are fluid. You can use your breath. And then we start to lean into the right legs to open the left side of the chest. Maybe you extend the arms. Or maybe you bind the arms and open the chest. Keep the knees moving away from each other. Good. And swing that lower left leg back. Step back. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Good. And just step the feet about halfway up the mat. Lengthen the spine, half forward bend. Exhale, release, full forward bend, Uttanasana. Inhale, extend the arms up. Exhale, hands to the heart center, feet together. Bend the legs, extend the arms forward, so a variation of chair pose. Sitting quite low. Try to tilt the pelvis so we're lengthening the lower back. Sit low, sit really low. And hands to the heart center. Twist to the right, so that left tricep comes across. We keep lengthening the spine, using the core to help you into that twist, so we're not just jamming the arm and forcing it, we're contracting and using the core center. Inhale, back to center. Exhale over to the other side. Again, lengthen the spine. Move that right hip crease back. Use your core, bandhas. And release. Just fall forward for a moment to release the legs. And we've got option now for side crow, Parshva So a nice way to come into this is to bend the legs low, lift the heels, start to bring that left tricep across, and so that you can really notice the left tricep pushing back against that right thigh. Work it as deeply as you can. Bring the hands down at the side and then make a shelf with the arms and maybe the hips and the feet just lightly lift up. Extend the chest forward. Good. And release. Okay, so I'll just turn around so you can see me approach that from the other side. So crouch down low, lift the heels. This time we're twisting to the left, so that right tricep works across as deeply as you can. You bring the hands down at the side, so you're twisting, and then the feet lightly lift. Keep that chest lifted, look forward. Good. And release. Well done. Okay. So, sitting down, let's start to cool it down. And let's extend the left leg forward, bend the right leg. Okay, so we're coming into quite a challenging forward fold, Marichiyasana. The right bottom cheek can stay slightly lifted off the floor if that is more accessible to you. So start to lean forward, reach down for that left foot with the left hand, and then bring the right arm to the inner right knee. And then maybe you can start to bring that right arm behind you. If that feels enough, you could just keep hold of the left foot and just move that right knee back and start to lean forward from here. So obviously it's not going to be like a traditional forward bend because you just haven't got that range of movement. So you're almost feeling like you're trying to get the nose towards the left knee. Or maybe you can take a full bind with the arms. Move the hips back, engage the core. That really helps you release into the bend. Good, and then release. And change sides. So extend the right leg forward, bend the left leg, sole of the foot down. And so straight away we bring the left arm to the inside of that left knee. We lean forward, maybe the hand reaches down for that right foot. If it is just impossible to reach, just keep the right fingertips out to the side. But you'll get a bit more leverage if you can reach the foot, flex the foot. And then maybe you start to wrap that left arm around the left leg. You can start to fold forward from here. Move the hips back as the body reaches forward. Or maybe you can come to the full bind with the arms. Again, using your Uddiyana Bandha, really exhale and pull the muscles in. Engage your bandhas, your locks in your core section. Good, and release. Well done. So I'm going to turn so I'm on the mat, and when you extend your legs out into a nice V shape. Let's see how that feels. So just one hand in front of you, one hand behind, just lift the hips, edge the hips forward, that's it, and release down, and then see how that feels. If you're just sitting here rounded, take the block and sit on the block so you get a bit of height in the hips, and that enables you to keep the back fairly straight. So from here, hopefully, because the hips, maybe we've been doing so much work, you'll feel a bit more open in the hips, and maybe you can start to lean forward and walk those fingertips forward for this Upavista Konasana. So try to keep the feet flexed. If you'll know when you reach your limit, because you'll just feel like you're trying to force it, you'll start rounding the spine. So once you reach there, just stay where it feels more accessible for you and just work on pushing the legs into the floor, flexing the feet, lengthening the spine and looking forward. And on each exhalation, maybe you can just move the fingers a micro measurement forward, and just slowly, with practice and dedication, you will start to open, and you'll eventually be able to reach forward and release the chest down. Keep trying to lengthen out of the lower back. Make sure those legs are active. Good, and slowly come back up. Well done. Okay, and then just bring the legs together and lie down. So I thought for Shavasana today, rather than traditional Shavasana corpse pose position, because we've done so much work in the hips, just lie down, keep the legs bent, and drop the knees together and just bring the feet out a little bit wider. So it's just a nice counter pose for all the work we've been doing with the hips. And it also, keeping the legs bent, enables you to really release that lower back into the floor. And then from there you can turn the palms up, close the eyes, and just relax into the stillness. So if you feel comfortable, close the eyes and just enjoy this stillness. So by working the physical body through the asanas, the postures, the physical postures, it has really been hopefully like a moving meditation. So by moving the physical body, we've also been working the breath. We've been able to control the breath and to become mindful of the breath, your pranayama, your life force. And without even perhaps consciously realizing it, we have stilled the mind, because the mind has had to focus on our physical practice. Just finding that stillness. You should feel the energy resonating in the hip joints as we worked that water element, the Suadhisthana Chakra. So just start to deepen your breath. Let that energy flood through the body. Gently start to awaken the body, but keeping that stillness in the mind, keeping focused and calm, and more able to cope with whatever challenges lie ahead. Just coming back fully into your space. And when you're ready, roll over onto one side and gently push yourself up. Come to a seated position, either just on the floor or if your block's handy, still sitting on the block. Just rest your hands on your knees. Good, and slowly start to open your eyes. Thank you so much for practicing with me. See you next time. Om Shanti. Namaste.